Hi pre-K kids, if you check your email at home, I sent these to your parents, and this is a salmon life cycle matching game. So here are pictures of the salmon life cycle that you were going to draw. Now let's see if you can match it up with the particular stage of the life cycle. So for example, this says salmon eggs. Which picture shows salmon eggs? When you find the picture, draw a dotted line to that picture so that you know the salmon eggs are these. And this is a good vocabulary lesson. Spawning. Spawning means when the salmon lay their eggs. Can you see where the salmon are spawning? That means they're fertilizing their eggs after they're already laid in the ground. The mama has laid them and the daddy comes back to fertilize them. Can you guess which picture it is? Yes, you're right. Here's the mommy and daddy gone over the eggs and they're spawning or fertilizing the eggs. So I would draw a line, a dotted line from spawning to the picture. So you see we're matching the words on the left with the pictures on the right. Now, after you're all done matching everything up, then come over to this column and number the steps. The first step of the life cycle was to lay eggs, so put a number 1 there. The second step of the life cycle, the second step of the life cycle, do you remember what happens to the little eggs? It's when they turn into salmon fry. So whatever picture you matched with salmon fry over here, put the number 2 in the blank. You probably will need a parent to help you with this one because they'll need to read the words to you, and then you can match them up and number them. I have 3 worksheets all together. This is the first one for the salmon life cycle. So you have to have drawn your salmon life cycle before you start this one. This sheet's kind of fun. It shows all the habitats that we've been talking about. Clear out to the ocean, all the way up to the mountains. And it shows where the salmon go and where the water goes in the area that we live in. So let's see, where's the start? See this arrow right here is the start? The water starts up here. There's clouds in the mountain and it rains. And that fish needs to follow through the maze, all the way through the mountains and the streams until it makes its way out to the ocean. So let's see if you can get a pencil out and start with the maze. You have to start here and come out over here. And you can only go through openings. You can't jump over a line or cross over a barrier. Sometimes there's logs in the way or dams in the way or rocks in the way. You have to find a clear path where you don't jump over any of these other black lines and get you out to the ocean. So you can see the path that a little salmon might take when it grows up in the mountains and ends up in the ocean. And then it has to swim backwards all the way back through the maze at the end of its life to lay its eggs back in the mountain stream. So this is kind of a fun maze to practice going through. The third sheet is water ecology. If fish don't have clean water to swim in and the water gets polluted or dirty, the fish will die. If these fish die, then that impacts the orcas because they don't have as much food. So you can see that humans cause a lot of pollution. So what I'd like you to do is cross out the things that don't belong in a clean stream, river, or ocean, and circle the things that are good to have in a creek. For example, A log could be good to have in a creek because it provides a hiding place for a fish. But if it blocks off the water flow, it could be a bad thing. So some of these could be either or. There's no real right answer for some of these things. They could be either thing. This means it's a poison. Do you think it's good to have poisons in the creek? No, that will cause the fish to die. So you could put a big X through that. Now, if somebody was on a picnic and they were eating a hot dog and they decided not to finish their hot dog and threw it in the lake or the water for the fish, do you think that's something that the fish could eat? Those little fish? Probably not. So we don't like to put human food in streams or lakes. So I would put an X through that. So take your time, talk with a sibling or a parent about each one of these and see what things might be good for fish and see what things might be not so good for fish. Circle the things that you think are good. There's no wrong or right answer, so don't be afraid to make a guess. That's all for now. Keep our rivers clean. See ya.